In 1993, Sesame Street asked American kids one simple question. Who would you trust most to teach you about recycling? The winner wasn't a politician, a celebrity, or even a Sesame Street character. It was Michael Jordan, beating future Vice President Al Gore and first daughter Chelsea Clinton by a landslide. This wasn't just about basketball. By the mid-90s, Michael Jordan had become something America had never seen before. A global icon who transcended sports to become the most recognizable human being on the planet. The 1990s created the perfect conditions for Jordan's rise to global superstardom. The explosion of cable TV brought NBA games into living rooms across America, with NBC's iconic Round Ball Rock theme song turning every Bulls game into must-see television. At the same time, the fall of the Iron Curtain opened up new international markets hungry for American culture, and Jordan became its most visible ambassador. Perhaps most significantly, the Air Jordan sneaker revolution changed consumer culture forever. These were the first $100-plus sneakers that kids would literally fight over. Police reported over 200 murders tied to sneaker thefts between 1989 and 1993 alone. When Jordan visited China in 1998, over 500 million viewers tuned in to watch him, more than watched the Super Bowl that year. The statistics behind Jordan's popularity remain staggering decades later. The 1993 NBA Finals between Jordan's Bulls and the Phoenix Suns drew higher television ratings than that year's World Series and Stanley Cup Finals combined. His endorsement deals broke all previous records. In 1997 alone, Jordan earned $33 million just from Nike, which was more than every MLB player's salary except Ken Griffey Jr. By the late 90s, the Jordan brand was generating $10 billion annually, equivalent to about $19 billion today. At his absolute peak, Jordan was earning $100,000 per day from endorsements alone, before even counting his NBA salary. These numbers weren't just impressive for an athlete, they rivaled the biggest entertainment and business icons of the era. The 1993 Sesame Street Recycling Ambassador poll perfectly captured Jordan's unique cultural position. Among boys aged 8 to 12, a staggering 37% chose Jordan as their preferred recycling teacher, compared to just 12% for Al Gore. Even among girls in the same age group, Jordan still ranked number 3 behind Elizabeth Berkley and Chelsea Clinton, showing remarkable crossover appeal. What makes these results most astonishing is that they came before Jordan's baseball career, before Space Jam, and before his second three-peat with the Bulls. This was pure athletic peak Jordan mania. The ultimate irony? Despite being the kid's top choice, Jordan never actually appeared on Sesame Street. Jordan's influence extended far beyond the basketball court. His clean-shaven bald head and signature goatee became the standard look for an entire generation of black professionals. News anchors like Bryant Gumbel adopted the style in 1992. The phrase, "be like Mike," entered the cultural lexicon as shorthand for the pursuit of excellence in any field. When North Korea allowed exactly one Western poster to be sold in 1997, it featured Jordan's iconic Wings photograph. His famous quote about Republicans buying sneakers too revealed a deliberate apoliticism that somehow made him even more marketable, yet decades later in 2020, he would pledge $100 million to social justice causes, showing his quiet but significant impact. This unprecedented fame came with disturbing consequences. The sneaker culture Jordan helped create turned violent, with over 1,200 Jordan-related robberies reported between 1985 and 1990. His 1993 trip to an Atlantic City casino during the playoffs sparked congressional hearings about athletes and gambling. The psychological toll was equally significant. Teammate Steve Kerr once compared traveling with Jordan to traveling with the Beatles in 1964. The exhaustion became so severe that Jordan famously skipped the White House visit after the first championship, citing the need to escape the constant public scrutiny. Every major athlete today follows the blueprint Jordan created. LeBron James has mirrored Jordan's corporately cautious public image, Soccer superstars Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have applied Jordan's global marketing playbook to the world's most popular sport. Stephen Curry replicates Jordan's family man marketing approach. A 1990 Gallup poll asking, "Who's the most famous American?" placed Jordan behind only the Pope and the President, the first and only time an athlete has reached such heights. 30 years later, we still debate his greatness like he's a current player, proving the enduring power of his legacy. Michael Jordan's popularity didn't just move merchandise, it moved markets. When Jordan announced his first retirement in 1993, Nike's stock price immediately dropped 4%, wiping out $250 million in market value overnight. The Chicago Bulls estimated they lost $1 million per playoff game in potential revenue without him. Across the Pacific, Asian factories producing Jordan merchandise reported 30% drops in production demand during his baseball sabbatical. The Jordan effect extended to television networks as well. NBC saw a 20% decline in NBA ratings during Jordan's absence, while TNT's basketball coverage lost nearly a quarter of its audience. When he returned in 1995 with a simple two-word fax, "I'm back," the resulting media frenzy generated an estimated $1 billion in free publicity for the NBA and its partners. The Dow Jones Industrial Average even saw a measurable bump the day after his return as investor confidence grew. Psychologists studying the Jordan phenomenon identified what they called the Messiah effect, where fans attributed almost supernatural qualities to Jordan. A 1998 University of Chicago study found that 68% of basketball fans believed Jordan could single-handedly win games. 42% thought he could never miss when the game was on the line. 23% admitted they prayed to Jordan during important moments. This worship extended into bizarre territory. The FBI reported intercepting over 500 letters addressed to His Airness Heaven between 1996-98. Multiple churches reported congregants adding, "And thank you for Michael Jordan," to their grace before meals. In perhaps the strangest manifestation, over 1,200 American babies were officially named Jordan during his championship years, with hundreds more given variations like M. Jordan or Air Jordan. This psychological phenomenon explains why, decades later, Jordan remains the standard against which all athletes are measured, not just in skill, but in cultural impact. As one sociologist noted, "We didn't just watch Jordan play basketball, we needed to believe in his perfection." Michael Jordan didn't just dominate the court, he revolutionized basketball fashion in ways that still resonate today. Before Jordan, NBA players wore standard short shorts that ended mid-thigh. Jordan's preference for longer, baggier shorts that fell to his knees sparked a league-wide trend that became mandatory by 1991. This simple style change created an entirely new basketball aesthetic that defined 90s fashion. The impact extended far beyond shorts. Jordan's signature accessories, the black socks, the wristbands, the tongue-out concentration, became cultural staples. Department stores reported selling 300% more black athletic socks after Jordan made them fashionable. Orthodontists even noted a surge in patients wanting to emulate Jordan's famous tongue-out habit, dubbing it Jordan syndrome in dental journals. Perhaps most remarkably, Jordan's bald head inspired over 2 million American men to shave their heads completely between 1991 and 1993, according to barbershop associations. Jordan's influence permanently altered how we talk about excellence. The phrase Air Jordan became synonymous with defying gravity itself. NASA engineers reportedly used the term to describe particularly impressive rocket launches during the 90s. The word Jumpman entered dictionaries as both a noun, "He's got serious Jumpman potential," and verb, "She really Jordaned that dunk." From rewriting fashion rules to changing how we speak about greatness, Jordan's influence reached places no athlete had gone before. Which of these Jordan facts shocked you most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see how Jordan's legacy compares to today's NBA superstars, smash that subscribe button for our upcoming Jordan versus LeBron deep dive.